Because God cannot be detected or measured by physical means, much of the scientific community assumes he does not exist. This bias can lead many to overlook evidence that may be right in front of us. For centuries, philosophers have tried to answer life's biggest questions, our existence, our place in the universe, by relying solely on human reason and excluding the possibility of a divine creator. The prevailing assumption has been, if something cannot be measured or observed scientifically, it cannot be real. As a result, many have concluded that the universe came from nothing. Life evolved from lifeless matter, and human reason is our best guide. Yet, as historian Paul Johnson notes, if God does exist, the implications for our lives and destinies are profound. Ignoring this question or refusing to consider evidence for God has led to many unforeseen and tragic consequences. Evaluating the evidence for or against God requires honesty and an open mind. Prejudice exists on both sides. Some believers defend their views irrationally, while some atheists refuse to consider any evidence for God. The real enemy is shallow prejudice. Richard Dawkins, a leading advocate for evolution, famously described natural selection as a blind watchmaker, attributing the complexity of life to mindless processes. Yet even he admits that living things give the appearance of purposeful design, though he dismisses the possibility that they actually were designed. However, many scientists are not so quick to dismiss this appearance of design. The anthropic principle, the idea that the universe appears finely tuned for life, has gained traction in scientific circles. Physicist Paul Davies observes that the laws of physics and the precise values of natural constants seem fine-tuned to enormous precision to allow life to exist. Is our universe really the product of random chance, or does it show signs of purpose and planning? Increasingly, scientists across disciplines are acknowledging the overwhelming presence of design in the universe, even if they stop short of calling it evidence for God. Great thinkers like Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, and Fred Hoyle have marveled at the order and harmony of the cosmos. Einstein spoke of a superior reasoning power revealed in the universe, while Hoyle concluded that a super-intellect has monkeyed with physics, as well as with chemistry and biology, given the overwhelming evidence for design. Despite mounting evidence, many scientists refuse to consider a divine creator, insisting that science must stick to naturalistic explanations. Some, like biologist Richard Lewontin, admit to a prior commitment to materialism, a refusal to allow a divine foot in the door. Yet, belief in evolution also requires faith that the universe created itself from nothing, and that life arose spontaneously from non-life, despite the lack of concrete evidence for such events, and the contradiction of fundamental scientific laws like biogenesis. Life comes only from life. Evolution, in this sense, has become a kind of secular religion, rooted in unproven assumptions about the origins of matter, life, and the laws that govern them. Our universe operates with astonishing precision. The laws of physics allow us to predict the movements of planets, launch spacecraft across millions of miles, and keep calendars accurate. These immutable laws, gravity, motion, energy, and more, point to an underlying order that is difficult to attribute to mere chance. Where did these laws come from? Why are they so perfectly suited for life? Common sense suggests that a universe of such complexity and precision requires a designer. Paul Davies writes, "Human beings have always been awestruck by the subtlety, majesty, and intricate organization of the physical world. There is a natural tendency to attribute the elaborate order of the universe to the purposeful workings of a deity. The Bible echoes this sentiment. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands, Psalm 19:1. Whether it's the grandeur of the night sky, the patterns in nature, or the complexity of life at the cellular level, the evidence points to a master designer." Modern scientists like John Polkinghorne and Michael Behe argue that the intellectual beauty and complexity of the universe are consistent with the work of a creator. Behe, after studying the cell, concluded that life on Earth at its most fundamental level is the product of intelligent design. The precision and order of the universe are not accidental. They are the handiwork of a meticulous creator, the universe's master watchmaker. Whether we look to the stars, the laws of nature, or the intricacies of life itself, the evidence for design is everywhere, inviting us to consider the possibility of a designer behind it all. Kindly subscribe. Shalom.